Hey guys, EDDBUD here, and welcome back to another episode of Running Shoe, Yay or Nay. People seem to really enjoy these episodes in this series, so here's another one for you. First shoe up today is the Brooks Catamount. So a Brooks trail shoe. When I first saw this one, I was immediately intrigued. So certainly an interesting one from Brooks, a white trail shoe. It's caused quite a bit of controversy amongst the trail runners out there. That white upper is certainly something that people either really like or they scoff at it straight away. I don't think it's going to be one for those with OCD trying to keep your shoes very clean. One run in these and they're going to be toast. So Brooks do quote this is a super lightweight shoe. On their website, the weight information suggests it's 249 grams. I would assume this is the typical US 8.5. I think it's a US 8.5 or a 9, something along those lines. So relatively light for a trail shoe. Up in my sizes, we're going to be looking more towards 280, 285, I should imagine. So something of a departure from those very heavyweight trail options. The eagle-eyed viewers out there will spot that the midsole does bear some significant resemblance to the one on the Hyperion Tempo. Again, we've got the nitrogen-infused DNA flash midsole. That's the universal sign for nitrogen infused. You guys will remember I enjoyed the Hyperion Tempo very much. It took a little bit of time for the midsole and I to come to terms with each other, but once we did, it was a match made in heaven. Don't know if it was quite that good. I did enjoy it though. There's some big old lugs there on the bottom, and that's what we like to see when it's a trail shoe. The sticky rubber on the bottom there is exactly what the trail shoe doctor ordered. And apparently we've got a ballistic rock shield as well. Wonder if it's made of the same stuff that they make bulletproof vests out of. I highly doubt it, but it's an interesting thought. With trail shoes, as I found out recently while wearing the Hoka One One Torrent 2, it is quite important to have some sort of rock shield there, especially if you're an EDDBUD running over a lot of very sharp stones. Hopefully that ballistic rock shield will act as a protector to the precious toes of terrain traversal. It's not easy to say. The My Cruise section on the side of the shoe there seems a little bit gimmicky to me. I'm not sure I can see many people making a big deal out of that, saying, hey look, I can write on my shoe. I think it's going to get very dirty very quickly, this one. But for me, I think maybe a little down the line, it's going to be a yay for the Brooks Catamount. I think it's about 125 Earth credits, this one. I did forget to mention that, but then I remembered. Oh yay! Oh yay! It's the shoe crier here. Another Brooks shoe to discuss next. The Levitate 4. So I think a bit of a roadmaster, this one. We've got DNA AMP in the midsole this time. Brooks suggests this is 20% lighter than the midsole material used previously. I want to know why they don't think it's 21 or 19. I want to see the stats. 3 colourways available in this one and £140 price tag. It's pretty steep. It's getting up there. It's getting right up there. Though I have noted the quoted weight of 292 grams on Brooks's website, 10.3 ounces. So that's normally like a US size 9. So making a big deal out of the fact this is a lighter version. So it did make me wonder just how heavy the previous one was. Certainly going to lump this one into the more daily use category in terms of weight for me. You know, I'm as light as a feather, like Will-O-the-Wisp. I could just blow away in the wind, like the feather at the start of Forrest Gump. We got a knit type upper material here. You know I like a knit upper. Some of the sections of it actually look very similar to the knit upper found on the New Balance 1080 V10. That was very springy and bouncy, that upper. Actually, some of it reminds me a little bit of the Infinity Run as well. There are parts of it there that look very similar. So there's 2 sections to the outsole on this one. One's filled in, the other has some sections which will probably flex a little bit more. A price of 140 Earth credits on the Levitate 4. So in the same ballpark as something like the Triumph 18, for example. I'm keen to try that one out as well, you know, but that's a lot of money for a daily shoe for me. 140, 145 pounds. That's a lot. I think this one perhaps could be a bit of an alternative to the Triumph series if that one doesn't work out for you. Some people found that one a little bit too bouncy, too much spring to that one. I'm not a particular fan of the looks of the Levitate 4, I've got to be honest. The midsole doesn't sound particularly energizing, intriguing or interesting here, and that price tag's quite high. So not hitting the spot for me, it's a nay for the Brooks Levitate 4. Sorry Brooks. I did the shoe crier thing and everything at the start. I feel like I've let you down. New Balance Fuelcell Propel 2. A new version of the Fuelcell Propel is here. Version 2. As we know with version 2s, sometimes they can be really good and other times not so good. Happens actually a lot with bands, doesn't it? They have a great debut album and then they release the second album and it's a damp squib. We got a booty construction on the Propel 2 and of course fuel cell in the midsole. Everyone likes a bit of fuel cell. I like my fuel cells to be charged up. A nice bowl of bran and some orange juice and some toast perhaps, or even a coffee. Banana. Similar midsole stylings here to the New Balance Fuelcell Rebel. I really enjoyed that one last year. As I mentioned the other day, some of my fastest training times were in that Fuelcell Rebel. It wasn't a Rebel without a cause, that's for sure. And I'm noticing some similar outsole stylings to the Fuelcell TC and the Speedrift as well. A mesh upper. And a more conventional lacing style than either of the two shoes from New Balance I mentioned a moment ago. Lots of vent holes actually all the way around the upper, around the top of the foot. Too many for me to count anyway. 3 colourways on this one, but I feel that the white and energy lime is the best. At around £100, I think this presents quite good value really, especially when you consider the Levitate 4 I just discussed. But I think with the Prism from New Balance being just £10 more, it seems like there's so many different fuel cell options. I think it's a little bit confusing. I think New Balance need to give some more information as to what the shoe's intended purpose could be. I think people just get confused by it and they think, oh, just steer clear of that. Too many shoes at the moment within my shoe arsenal around the same use case as the Propel 2. So for me, it's going to be a nay. I went back through the running shoe Yay or Nay archives to see if I'd covered this one already, but I don't think I have. If I have, I'm very sorry, but hey, it's a cool shoe, so it's alright. I'm sure you'll let me off. We got to talk Nike. We got to talk Alphafly Next %. So many areas of Asia have got this brand new version of the Alphafly Next %. People are dubbing it the watermelon. Loads of people have picked it up and there's loads of shots out there that does look truly delicious. When the Alphafly first released, a lot of people really didn't like the initial colourway, that black and Volt. I like it. I think it looks great. But in the summer, obviously, we want something a little bit more breathable. Like this, for example. Well, maybe not this. It's not the most breathable shoe, but it looks kind of cool. Certainly a more fresh and airy take on the shoe. We all know the performance level of this one. We know what it can do. So it's a little bit about looks this time. This one seems to be set for release on the 13th of August. Is that a Friday? No, it's okay. It's a Thursday. Launch in the US on the 13th then, but hopefully other places around the globe will be able to have a delicious taste of watermelon too. Red swoosh on top and a blue smaller swoosh on the inside edge. Both red and blue AirPods up in the forefoot. Not forgetting the black pull tabs on the heel and on the tongue. You're going to need those too to shoehorn yourself into the Alphafly. But will you be able to get out? Very much a more summer themed shoe this time around. Perhaps more preferable to the black and Volt version originally released. Of course, carbon plate in the midsole and that mass of Zoom X in the forefoot and the heel. Do I need this one? No. Will I get this one? Oh yeah. I think this is a very beautiful colourway of the Alphafly, and I'm not sure I can quite resist picking it up when it does release. Over in the US and the rest of the world anyway. You lucky people over in Asia who can already get your hands on it. I'm so jealous of you. But I love you all the same. So 4 shoes today. Let me know if it's a yay or nay for you on them in the comments. A musical interlude. So finally managed to pick up on vinyl A Hero's Death from my favourite group right now, Fontaine's DC. I've been harping on about this band for ages. I know Kev Burmaster's really into them too. I hope you check this one out, Kev. It is fantastic. A progression of the band's sound really on this new album. I particularly like the theme track, A Hero's Death, and also I Don't Belong. That's another real highlight. Some real driving drums and guitars on those tracks. Oh Such a Spring shows another side to the band as well. More melodic, more thoughtful. So really glad I managed to get a vinyl copy of this one. And it's on coloured vinyl, a sort of sludge green as well. Check it out, A Hero's Death, out now from Fontaines, DC. Okay guys, it's about that time for me to sail off into the sunset. Hope you've enjoyed today's video and thanks for watching through to the very end. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch the new videos. It helps the channel out a huge amount if you give this video a thumbs up like and share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD and I'll be seeing you